In 2015 and 2016, the City Channel got a huge makeover and replaced all of its 1982 equipment. I'm David Feiner, and I've been managing the City Channel since 2014. That project included brand new robotic cameras and microphones for council chambers, an entirely new control room on the 9th floor, an engineering room with some breathing room, and transforming the studio into a much more functional space.
We had known about the City Channel for a long time. I'm Steve Obenrader, and I've been working for RPC Video since 1986. Our company was really happy when we were chosen for the 2015 project.
But there was one flaw to that project, and it became painfully apparent as the years went by. Despite all of the equipment being pretty and functional and light years ahead of its predecessor, I didn't plan for future expansion. I was so focused on getting us out of 1982 that I didn't think about 2024 or even 2124.
I get really excited anytime we get to revisit and update an older project. Technologies change, sometimes too quickly for a lot of our customers. So we enjoy finding solutions that not only make sense, but also don't cost too many cents. You get it?
Before we could do anything, however, we still had a year-long preparation period. In the summer of 2022, I hired a consultant to go over the current setup, have long conversations about what I wanted to update, and write a report about how much all of this would cost. Then, using the city's procurement office process, we put the project out to bid. We held a pre-bid meeting for companies to walk through the facility and to ask questions. RPC was the winning bidder, and in the spring of 2023, it was time to get to work.
Because of the national and international supply chain issues over the last few years, we needed a lot of lead time for ordering and receiving all the equipment. To make it even more challenging, we were ordering from many different vendors, and I was first concerned that we might not have enough time. I am glad to say we received and delivered everything with plenty of time to spare.
This project had 5 steps. The first 3 steps were all about the council chambers. First, I wanted to increase the number of robotic cameras from 4 to 6. Second, I wanted brand new microphones. Third, I wanted to replace the technology cabinet with a functional workspace for the room's Zoom administrator. Up in the studio and control room, I wanted a new video switcher and a new video playback server. Pittsburgh City Council goes on an annual break every August. That 3 weeks seemed like a perfect time to do all of these things.
So, we had a plan, and we had all of the equipment. We just had to wait for the break to take over the room.
We always remove all of our equipment from chambers when council goes on break. So this time wasn't any different for us. I am Alex Fisher. I have worked for City Channel since 2001. We disconnect and take down the robotic cameras and the microphones, and then remove the large TVs and mouthbox. We don't normally use the studio during break, so it's really about keeping the equipment safe during this particular project.
One of the other great days before the project officially started was when we got to unbox a lot of the new equipment. I'm Bill Lamer, and I've worked for the City Channel since 2016. The best way to describe unboxing equipment is like a 7-year-old birthday party, and everything's awesome.
And don't forget the day we had DPW remove the technology cabinet in chambers. I'm Heather Watson, and I have worked for the City Channel since 2021. Ever since we installed a hybrid meeting environment for that room, all of us have had to uncomfortably sit behind that cabinet and be a Zoom administrator. I wasn't sad to see it go.
Once we had uninstalled everything, I think the changeover from the old video switcher to the new video switcher was a really big moment.
I got to geek out.
Here was the biggest problem with the first upgrade. I was so determined to get us out of 1982 that I never thought about the future. This video switcher is not only capable of expansion beyond anything I could have ever imagined, but it's probably also the closest we will get to experience the future.
Once installed, it was a little difficult to integrate the new switcher with the current system. We lost an entire day of training because of problem solving and reconfiguring.
I am a very patient person. No snark, no sarcasm. I would rather plans go out the window if it means everything is done right.
While the switcher was being hooked up, our new desk/workspace was delivered to council chambers. Looking at its sheer size, I was not sure it would fit through the building's doors, in the elevator, or around the necessary corners to get it in chambers. It fit, I still don't know how. Those guys are magicians.
With the video switcher installed and configured, Ross video trainer Ian gave us a soup to nuts course on how to use it for our purposes, but also to show what else it was capable of. I don't think we'll be doing any multi-layered panel debate shows anytime soon, but it's pretty cool to know we can do it if asked.
The hardest part of the switcher training was learning all the new terminology. Almost everything I have ever known about video switcher has changed. And just like City Channel is doing now, it's important to change with the times.
One of the easiest parts of the project was installing the 6 new cameras in chambers. The guy said the hard stuff was already done. Adding 2 more cameras was easy because the connecting cables just followed already established routes to the technology hub on the 4th floor.
I did 4 cameras in 2016 because I didn't think they would let me do more. I wanted 6 cameras this time around so we could add to our already comprehensive event coverage in that room.
Adding 2 cameras totally means we have more to pay attention to, but we'll actually lighten each camera's load. 4 cameras can be used for close-up shots, while the other 2 can be wide shots or cover shots.
There have been plenty of times that I have been stuck on a wide shot that I needed for a close-up. I hope those days are over.
We used the already established spots for the new cameras, doubling up on the back ledge, and the 6th camera in the front of the room is really only noticeable if you are staring at it.
Another of the big changes is that the microphones are now longer and have a wider pickup pattern.
Council members have long been concerned about always needing to lean into the mics. This change allows them to sit in a normal way and still be heard by audiences in person and on television.
I like this setup because the microphone bases won't need to be moved around anymore.
When we moved out the previous audio cabinet and saw the empty space for the first time, I was really excited for the new desk. For far too long, we have sat uncomfortably behind that cabinet for long periods of time.
At least now we'll have legroom.
This wasn't a problem for some of us.
Since we added Zoom to our workflow, the cabinet's usefulness went away. The new desk has locks, protecting our equipment, and plenty of space for future expansion.
And then it was just a matter of cleaning up.
I don't think it can be overstated just how difficult it was to prepare and line up the 4 main parts of this project. Number 1, a new video switcher. Number 2, new robotic cameras. Number 3, new microphones. Number 4, new desk. And somehow we finished ahead of schedule and under budget. I don't think I've been this excited about anything since my son was born. All of the credit goes to RPC Video. They were, once again, the perfect partner.
That's very nice to hear, but I am more glad that this now sets up the City Channel for the foreseeable future.
Right now, everything is like when you drive a brand new car. It smells nice and clean. We're super excited to start using everything for real.
I think our viewers will notice the difference almost immediately. Our meeting coverage will be even better than it was before, and it was already pretty awesome.
I like how this gets us into the 2010s. It's probably as close as we've ever been to state-of-the-art.
Did I mention ahead of schedule and under budget? I've worked for the city for over 10 years now, and I cannot get over those 2 facts. I'm pretty proud of what we've done here. When we do this again in another 10 years, I hope I can say the same thing then.